choose you. Gotta cook 'em all. Gotta cook 'em all. I choose you.
Hello, and welcome to I Choose You, the podcast about cooking and eating Pokemon. My name is Jeremy Zielik. I'm the host and Alton Brown of the group. Joining me this week, as always, is...
your Season 8 friend on this show, Ben Montoya.
Ian Davis, the William H. Danforth of this show.
I was hoping for Macy, but I'll take Danforth. And Evan Aubrey.
Woo!
Who's got... So I know, this is Season 8. I know, special drinks, fancy sodas, whatever, Season 7 content, but I was saving this one.
Uh-huh.
Old hat.
Old
New
hat.
stuff.
But Jeremy knows of this store well, the Rocket Fizz soda and candy store.
Uh-huh.
I didn't get soda or candy. I got a candy soda.
Ooh,
So-
Zots.
Ooh, Zots?
Yeah,
Soda?
I don't know if you've ever had Zots, the things that like explode into your mouth and are kind of sour and stuff. So they make a soda, and I decided
Wow.
to try it.
Well, I hope it explodes in your mouth when you drink it.
Oh shit! Okay, I was hoping this was a twist off, but it definitely is not.
You have to get a bottle opener?
Evan,
Don't try to do that
it.
with your fingers. Oh,
We got it.
Evan, I was going to say, reach back to your youth and use your flip-flop with the bottle opener on the bottom.
Oh, I need that right now. Actually, yeah, this is like tearing at my hand.
no!
No.
Put it on the edge of your counter and just slam that shit.
In your, hotel room.
Yeah, that's why.
They don't care.
Oh, that actually
nice.
worked.
Yes!
That's why you got the shock absorbers on the mic.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This is why we need them. All right. Evan's trying Zots soda. Glug, glug, glug.
Okay. It's got the Zots watermelon trademark flavor,
Okay.
but I was hoping that the carbonation would just overtake me and I'd foam at the mouth like a rabid dog.
Oh.
Because that's what happens with the candy, right? Is you crack it open and it goes. Blah, blah, blah. So I want that.
Yeah,
with
it
the
does have
soda.
a fizzing aspect to it. Yeah.
Right. I want that in here, but it's sorely lacking.
Is the soda sour?
No, it's more Jolly Rancher spectrum. Yeah. So not bad, but not Zots.
Well, I think, Evan, you're learning the novelty soda, trap, where you're like, oh, how fun, and you buy one, and then it's just fine. And you wish that they had a little more pizzazz.
Yeah.
I will say, I can't get a super clear picture from here, but it does look kind of flat. Just
It is.
on its
It was very
face.
flat. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no bubble in here.
How long have you had it?
Not that long. Maybe we were in Ventura maybe a month or two ago. So it's been
Bummer.
in the fridge. It's been the perfect conditions, but oh well.
Maybe you just got to double check your carbonation levels before you crack into it.
Yeah.
Speaking of being disappointed in a soda, I have to regale this tale since the Season 7 finale, which was, infamously will be known as the mug finale. And, I had lots of little mug mini cans in my fridge for a long time after that. They went quick, okay? I was not fucking around with the mug. It was my little afternoon work treat for several days, and I was really happy about that. And then Ian's in town. We're walking around South Park, San Diego. We're going to various liquor stores in search of snacks and or sweets and or drinks and treats and of the like. We got some ice cream for my friends over here.
Okay. Yep.
I went in to get a root beer because I was feeling like a root beer. They didn't have any mug. They had A&W.
Oh.
Not the same.
And how was it then?
It was not the same, Jeremy. It was underwhelming after mug.
Yeah.
It really did not have that same bark to it, if you will.
Well, it's not Barks. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Is it because mug is caffeinated and A&W isn't? I don't know if that's true or not.
It had nothing to do with caffeine.
Okay.
Because I think mug is also caffeine free.
Okay.
It had everything to do with flavor.
Okay.
And personality. And
It's like when you talk to someone and you know they don't have that dog in them.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's what
Instantly.
A&W is.
yeah. The minute you open up a chain restaurant, you let that dog loose.
You gotta let that dog loose. No, get that hamburgers and whoop beer out of here. Fuck that
I was
shit.
hoping you would say that.
I need the dog in this right now because it made a difference. I thought, hey, root beer's root beer, right? You know, mug, A&W. What's the difference? There is a big difference, really.
I
Wow.
want to see like a Taco Bell mug joint store. Not a joint store, but like, you know,
A dispensary.
they share the space, similar to like Pizza Hut and
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell.
Okay.
But when you go in, Mug hasn't sold out with like decent chicken tenders and their titular beverage. It's like half of it's a Taco Bell, and the other half is like a sports merch store. It's like the hard stop on the tile goes from the Taco Bell color to like brown. Mug mascot there, like hyping you up when you walk on that side of the store. You get your jerseys for the team.
They have like the smoke cannons when football teams run through a cave. Like, that's what happens when you just like step onto the other half of the store.
Foam fingers, snow globes, and of course, like there's a whole wall of just like the fancy soda machines that let you mix.
Uh-huh.
But
Funny
it's only
that
Mug.
you say that.
Mug freestyle. Ooh,
But it's
what's going on?
it's only just mug
Yeah, you can
is
mix
all the
any
buttons.
mugs you want.
Yes.
You can make your own margarita if you want to.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Don't recommend it.
I mean, honestly, not gonna lie, Starry plus mug. If that was in a Coke freestyle machine, I'd do it again. I really would. It wasn't bad.
It's what's funny is that after our last episode, I went to a movie theater and I was watching a movie with some friends, and a Starry ad came on, and my other friends booed at the screen, and they're like, "We hate Starry so much, they ruined it."
They ruined it.
Who's they and why did they ruin it?
At any point.
I think they is the PepsiCo company, and ruined it was change the recipe from Sierra Mist to whatever Starry is.
Okay.
Did they
So-
though?
I don't.
So they're Sierra Mist like loyalists.
Yes, they were like, we love Sierra Mist. That was the best lemon lime soda. And now Starry is like one of the weaker lemon lime sodas. And I was like, I don't drink enough lemon lime sodas to tell you what like level it's at. Like I can't make a tier list right now. But the Starry was fine.
I don't know who these other friends you speak of. As far as I knew, it was just us. So I don't know who you're going to move. But I guarantee those friends didn't drink Sierra Mist even when it was on the shelves. Okay, they're like a nostalgic hack.
Posers.
Yeah.
Now,
Get them on the
Love
show.
to hate.
Well, I can't confirm or deny their regular consumption of Sierra Mist, like offhand. But they had strong opinions in the movie theater. Like they were throwing popcorn at the screen when Starry came up, when Lem and Lime, the Starry slogans. That's a joke. They didn't throw anything at the screen. That would be rude.
Okay.
But they did like thumbs down when the Starry stuff came on.
But gun to their head, I bet they wouldn't stand for what they believed in.
Well, so
would
if you
fold
put a
in.
gun to their head and they're like, "Do you like Starry soda?" and they said no, and you're like, "Well, that's it."
Can't be friends anymore. Sorry.
Starry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm not Starry.
Starry, not starry.
Boom.
Ben,
ad campaign.
it seemed like you were building up to something with your mug
The freestyle
drink or something.
comment.
Yeah.
Oh,
What
just
was
that.
it?
It's been a couple of weeks since we've recorded, and since then there's been chatter on the various I Choose You community forums. The Discord being the primary one. I don't know why I said it like that. And there were some threats that were made about the content of this episode made, and the threats revolved around the Coke's freestyle machine. So I'm just excited that we kind of landed there organically.
Oh, that's right. That's right. The Oceanic contingent was like, "What do you mean a Coke freestyle machine?" And I was like, "Well, it's like a Coke machine that you can just put a bunch of different stuff in." And I guess they don't have those in Australia and or New Zealand yet.
They don't have the technology.
I was going to say, Ben, we don't negotiate with Discord threats. Like, we can't get
Yes.
into their demand. But I guess if we got there organically, it's fine.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I feel like maybe America could help increase democracy in Australia by importing the Coke freestyle machine to that fine nation, and I think they would become freer because of it.
It does have free in the. It has freestyle in the word.
And I'm sure there's some weird local Australian soda that you could pop in there as well to mix with your like Coke and Sprite.
Right.
I don't even
mean,
know what weird Australian soda that'd be. But like maybe you put a Foster's in there. That's a beer. But if it's Australia, that's like they just put that in
basically
the
their
soft drink
soda.
machine. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
They must have like a chicken flavored soda, right?
They have to.
Marmite soda. There you
Oh,
go.
yeah. onion dip soda.
Oh, there you go.
Shrimp on the Barbie soda.
Hey, can we stop joking and talk about the dehydrated pineapple treats?
Oh, the pineapple
Oh.
Oh,
lumps.
pineapple
Yeah.
lumps.
The
yeah.
chocolate covered pineapple
Because
lumps.
those
Please
ones
bring those
are-
back.
God, so
Dude,
good.
So you know what's funny is that recently I've been getting into a television program known as Taskmaster, which is
course.
a British TV show, but there's a New Zealand version of it. And one of the people on the New Zealand show brought up the pineapple lumps because they were from somewhere else and they moved to New Zealand. And they're like, everyone in New Zealand wants you to believe that the pineapple lumps are good, but I hate the pineapple lumps. And I was like,
Leave.
I thought the pineapple lumps tasted okay from what I remembered, but it's been almost 3 years.
No, they were excellent.
So
A lot of those snacks were excellent.
Yeah.
we were
I think what
we were
you're
talking
saying
about
is
it
we
on
need
this
to
trip.
renew
That was
we need to renew our flavor, our taste buds.
Yes.
Here. Like so, Chris, if you're listening,
send us more lumps.
sorry, Ben, I
Love
cut
the
you
lumps.
off.
Oh no, I was just saying we've been reminiscing about the
Lumps.
Australian and New Zealand treats that were sent that
Chips
one
were
time.
good.
Chips were good.
You mean crisps?
I mean what I said.
But anyway, along the lines of the Coke Freestyle machine, I was thinking actually, since it seems like the international community maybe needs an introduction to the Coke Freestyle machine, I think they should partner with the Pokemon Company and do like an Eevee styled like Coke machine, like Eevee themed freestyle Coke machine.
So
pretty good.
each like it's a Glaceon, but it like gives you what's a blue soda? I don't know. It's a Leafeon.
Yeah, it's basically so it's a freestyle machine, but then part of it is also like an icy machine. So when you get Glaceon, it like spits out the icy slushy deal.
Coke slushy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, fuck me up with a Coke slushie.
Yeah. See, I knew I could get Ian on board with this.
Ian does love a Coke slushy,
I'm a slut for the slushie.
a slutchy, if you will.
That's slushy.
Yes. I mean, on top of all of this, I do also have a beverage tonight.
Me too.
It's the Santa Fe Social Hour, Social-er Hour, ER. It's got an extra
Oh.
George Clooney's here now kind of situation.
Oh.
And I think the only difference between this and the other version is... oh, no, there's more difference. It's hazy wit style brew with tropical fruit. And it's much more alcoholic, as a 9.5 ABV, which is pretty high for a beer.
Imperial.
Yes. So very, very exciting moment. Time
Hell
to
yes.
taste it.
We are getting more social with each season.
Yep.
So,
It tastes good. Highly recommended. All of the Santa Fe Social Hour and variants are quite delightful. So if you're ever in town, make sure to pick one up.
This episode brought to you by...
The Santa Fe Brewing.
Santa Fe Brewing Company.
Yes.
Well, I also have a beverage. It's still continuing my Sunny D vodka seltzer trend from the last time we spoke, listeners. I was hoping I could trick Ian into drinking some of them, but Ian doesn't drink as much alcohol as we do, and I don't want to upset his little tummy. So
Well,
I'm gonna be
Ben,
just taking one for the team right now.
Yeah, you've made the mistake of not filling your fridge with Bud Light Next on Ian's arrival.
You're right. I should have done that instead. Yeah, those would have gone quick.
I have learned being here that I can't party like Ben parties. Like I came here and I was like, wow, I feel like I'm 20 years younger. Just like I feel like an old
I'm
man
8
compared to how like Ben's lifestyle is, and I'm throwing up outside the windows of cars, balconies,
Oh
in
man.
restaurants.
It's not true.
Can't keep anything down because it's just a party in my stomach non-stop.
That's just not true. You only vomited once.
Cheetos.
And it wasn't anywhere spectacular. It was just my apartment.
And
But
then
you have been
proceeded to
enjoying
beat
the
his
local
ass.
cuisine.
Yeah.
Some good food in San Diego. I'll give them that.
I will say, when I visited Ben in San Diego, I think it was kind of a party because it was like, I'm on vacation. So, basically.
Well, and I mean, I took off for Ian being here. That's
Yes.
kind of the reason why we're partying.
Yes.
But, everyone has their physical limits and boundaries. And I don't know if Sunny D Vodka Seltzer, for that reason, is for everyone. It's kind of an acquired taste. But here we
Ben,
are
it seems
again.
like you've acquired it.
I haven't. It's only for this show that I'm drinking this, and
okay.
it's just out of the goodness of my heart for the dear listener who's been listening for 230 episodes that I will continue to put my body through silly situations.
Power through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish Silly Situations was like on the ratings for movies where it says like PG-13 for silly situations. I think we would get that rating.
Goops and gas.
Yeah. A real Chuckle Hut kind of situation. And nothing makes me chuckle more than the concept of cooking and eating Pokemon, which is what I Choose You is technically all about. Each week, we randomly select a new Pokemon to prepare with a variety of recipes that we've come up with ourselves. We share those recipes with one another, and then we vote on who has the best, most delicious, and insightful recipe. And guess what, everybody? We're starting a brand new generation of Pokemon. That's right, we're 8 years old this year because we're on Generation 8. Bust out your British accents because we're going to the Galar region. Gov blimey, it's time to do Sword and Shield. Pokemon Generation 8. I Choose You, Season 8. It's a whole new world we live in.
What's crazy is that when we first started this show, those games were first being announced and
Yes.
Oh man.
made.
Like I
So-
believe Gen 8 was announced like 2 or 3 weeks after we started this show. And it was like
Finally caught up.
yeah. It only took 5 goddamn years, and if I know anything, we'll be on it for another 5 more. 100 years I Choose You. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, Season 8. We didn't randomly select Pokemon this week. I was like, so Gen 8 has the least amount of new Pokemon. I think it only has 90 something. So we might be like stretching a bit, and we might do a little more rigid in our selection, so we don't hit on just like the same evolutions over and over again. So this week we're just starting with the first Pokemon in the decks, which is Grookey, the grass starter from this section. And I believe, Ian, was this your starter that you chose when you procured these games?
What are the other starters? I kind of forgot.
Uh,
Doesn't even matter.
Wrong. Wasn't the other one?
The Toad.
yes, it's Sobble and Cinderace, I believe.
Oh, yeah, the bunny.
Yes,
Right.
the rabbit.
Okay,
Though I might be getting his name wrong right now. The Cinderace, it's his evolution. Score Bunny is the first one. Cinderace is the last one.
Score bunny.
Score Bunny. So yeah, that's the Pokemon we're cooking up. We're cooking up Grookey. I hope everyone's Grook ready for this Grook week. Grook day to you.
I gotta say, as I was getting Grook ready, I pull up Bulbapedia as one normally does, and they were fucking pulling some shit today. I don't know if you checked the website, but
everything's
everything
in-
is in grayscale.
Yes, everything's in
It was the
black
same
and
for me
white.
too.
Okay.
I'm glad that I think this is like an April Fool's joke because
It is,
tomorrow's-
but it's also like they have a note that's like, read this letter from the editor. It's basically like, hey, this one character from one of the Pokemon games like is now the editor in chief, and I made everything plain, just like me. And I don't know what the joke is there, but also like you can't turn it off. Like
Yeah.
it's just gray.
Wow.
Yeah, we're getting pranked. We're recording this episode on Easter. I Choose You is risen, much like a bread, or Jesus. Depends on what you go for.
It's also April Fool's Eve.
Yes.
And everyone knows that when April Fool's Eve comes around, nothing is to be trusted.
No, you can't believe anything. Tomorrow's the worst day on the internet when April Fool's comes around.
And AI is in full swing.
Oh, no.
Oh,
AI
God.
pull fools? No.
April Fools. April Fools. All right, but I don't. Ben, do you remember who won last season? It's been so long. It's been like 3
I
weeks.
think we got to start fresh.
Well, Ian won last season.
Oh.
Like, in its entirety,
Wow.
I'm pretty sure. So, there's that. Or we could just start afresh. You could just choose whoever.
Okay, well
Jeremy,
then
the
we can
world's
choose you,
yours.
Ben. You're starting.
Fuck. I was hoping I was one of the people you wouldn't say that to.
Well, there's a
But-
pretty slim picking. It's a 1 in 3 chance.
Yeah. But I'm a little bit happy actually about this because I had a recipe that I thought was going to get chosen. So I'm just going to take my moment. And that is I'm going to make some cereal and it's going to be listeners, I just saw Ian's reaction and this could get silly. Okay, I am making some cereal, and I'm going to be making some Grookey crisp.
Ben, guess what? This was also my idea.
What?
Ah!
Recording. We're done.
Well, it was like, oh, this is
show's
funny.
fucking
That's a
over.
good joke.
We're fucking has-beens.
I thought to
Pack your
myself.
bags. Evan, stay in the hotel.
Yeah.
Don't bother
guess
coming
so.
back. Don't show your face.
Hey, I came up with an
Fucking
original recipe.
Well, Ben, why don't you explain your idea? And I'm gonna come up with something else real quick.
Oh, so you're not going to listen to me and instead be Googling things? Is
No,
that what you're saying?
share it.
No,
My
go ahead, Ben. Wait, I hear what you're saying, Ben, and I agree.
Yeah, I see you pulling up ChatGPT right now, Jeremy. You can't fool me.
April
Come up with a
Fools.
I already thought of this. Come up with something else, ChatGPT. I think it's something funnier than Grookey crisp.
But here's
Not
the thing.
Grookey crisp, Grookey grisp.
See, here's the thing.
What's the crisp?
It's what the British say for the cereal. So here's the thing: is that Grookey Grisp? I would have just said crisp because I'm a reasonable adult. But is that it's just too good?
Yeah. All right. Let's hear it, Ben. What do you got? What'd you do?
Okay, so obviously everyone's thinking the same thing, which is that Grookey sounds a lot like cookie, and specifically the way that the wolf in the Cookie Crisp ads would say "Cookie Crisp." I think is what you could make a parallel between Grookey and a Cookie Crisp. So Cookie Crisp cereal, basically just the excuse as a kid to get like the most sugary cereal like possible. It's just literal cookies floating around in there.
Oh yeah.
So I thought it might be a good idea to do the same thing with Grookey involved. And I looked up some a cookie recipe that's a little bit different from the Cookie Crisp standby, and that's to incorporate some nuts and some banana into the mix as well. I found this recipe for quote unquote chunky monkey banana cookies, which I enjoyed. So yeah, what this involves is baking, some dough, and you're going to put that together with some flour, oats, cinnamon, baking soda, salt, nutmeg, and whip that together separately. And you're going to have some cream and butter and sugars that you're going to mix together. You're going to add some mashed tropius bananas, some vanilla, some eggs, and then mix all that together. Add it all together, get it in a nice doughy consistency, stir in those chocolate chips, those chunks, and those walnuts. And you're going to want like really small pieces of walnuts because we're going to make really small cookies. And then you're going to bake it for a little bit. I feel like the typical Cookie Crisp experience is that it's a little bit like overly dehydrated too.
Mm-hmm.
So I think
You're
you're
basically
gonna
eating like backpacking food.
yeah, it's like just it needs just a little bit of moisture from the milk, and then suddenly it's ready. Yeah, so you're gonna bake it, and then I think you throw them in the little dehydrator as well to kind of like fully crisp them up for cereal consistency, and they're little tiny bite-sized Grookey cookies, and they go great in a bowl with some milk.
I'm sure they could.
Part of a balanced breakfast, you might say.
I love that part of cereal advertisements because you know that you're not getting anything nutritious from cereal. You're getting nutritious food from like the fruit you're eating with your cereal, not the cereal itself. The cereal is just sugar.
Did you guys see that that like news interview with someone from like Kellogg, and they were like, "Yeah, looks like more people are eating cereal for dinner because like they can't fucking afford to buy real food." And he's like,
Oh, no.
"Yeah, that's actually pretty great. Like I think more people should consider having cereal for dinner."
Oh, that's so
I
sad.
totally want to.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
I
just-
don't eat a lot of cereal these days, so I don't. I don't sympathize with Mr. Kellogg.
So, Mr. Kellogg aside, and whether you decide to eat cereal for dinner, the Grookey element to this is obviously in the branding, but also every box comes with a special Grookey spoon that is made from the Grookey stick.
It's made from it.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
They've like
Well, I
whittled
mean,
it
like
down
you're
to
starting with a
spoon.
stick, and then you like carve a spoon
But
into
you're
it.
implying that it's the stick that Grookey had.
Yes.
Well, yeah, it's
should-
taken from a Grookey.
Millions of boxes sold.
Exactly. Million seller. Everyone wants the spoon.
Yes.
Because the spoon adds flavor to the milk when
What?
you mix it all together.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow.
I
What does
like
it
that.
taste
Is it-
like?
man.
I'm going to say that it gives an extra little kind of like nutmeggy spice to your
I like that.
your cookies and crisp.
Interesting.
Your
Nutmeg.
Grookey crisp experience.
And what makes
I
a
do think
crisp different from a crisp, Ben?
Well, Grookey starts with the sound GR, as in gr. Crisp starts with the sound CR, as in cr. And I thought it'd be funny if instead of it starting with cr, it was gr to match the gr in the Grookey.
Okay.
So that's just a little phonetics joke that I liked, and I thought it was funny, so I said it.
so it's just still, they're still crisps. They're not grisps.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
you might say they're grispy.
Oh. Would you? I will say, Ben, I appreciate the like, trying to collect the spoon or whatever, but I think there's the like toys and cereal today are severely lacking. Like back in the 90s, early 2000s, like you'd get a CD-ROM or whatever of like a computer game that you'd load into the thing, whatever.
It's true.
Like, and nowadays it's like it's like when you open a package of Cracker Jacks and it's like, here's this booklet to tell you how to buy more Cracker Jacks. But so I think like include the stick and include just like a little knife, and then they can whittle their own spoon.
I'm imagining the spoon has been pre-whittled. It's not going out to them with a knife with the intention of like a little activity beforehand. I'm imagining like it's a pre-packaged spoon. It's ready to go. But it is made from the Grookey stick.
So many people were wondering why Grookey Crisp was being smuggled into prisons, and now we know.
It's because every cereal comes with a knife.
With a knife.
Yes, it's the Crocodile Dundee of cereals.
So anyway, that's my contribution to the discourse. I know there's some competing perspectives, positions.
Well,
maybe?
I also had Cookie Crisp as mine because I was like, Grookey Crisp. That's funny. That's like what the wolf says in the TV advertisements. So unfortunately, you took that from me, Ben. You took that from me.
This is what I took from you.
Yeah, and I'm gonna wage like political warfare to get it back. But in the meantime, I want to highlight a few things about Cookie Crisp, which is that it used to have different mascots than the wolf. The original person who was selling you Cookie Crisp, Ian, I know you'll like this, was a wizard, and his name was Cookie Jarvis.
What was his phrase? What would he say?
I don't think he said anything. He just was like, his name's Jarvis, like a cookie jar. Cookie Jarvis.
Oh.
And he was like eating cookies out of a cookie jar, and he was a wizard. So that was that. And then, Ben, you're going to love this, is that after Jarvis was discontinued, it was there's two people. It was the cookie crook and the cookie cop. So the cookie crook would steal the cookies, and the cookie cop would arrest him and then shoot him in the back, and then he would have to be investigated before the introduction of smartphones to record it.
Jesus Christ.
Yes. And he had an Irish
remember-
accent, so it was also racial stereotyping.
Yeah.
Guys, what are we doing?
I
do remember that there was like the wolf, when they finally moved to the wolf was doing crimes. Like he was like stealing those Cookie Crisp, and they had like the SWAT team ready to get him.
Most cereal mascots are criminals, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're drug crazed criminals that
Yes.
need to be stopped.
Well, I mean, it's the classic joke where like all cereal mascots, you're trying to prevent them from consuming the cereal because it's for children. Like the Cocoa Puffs bird, the Trix rabbit, the Lucky Charms guy, I forget what his name is, the Cookie Crisp wolf. All of the advertising portends that you should keep the cereal away from the mascot. It's bad for them for whatever reason. And I think that's strange. It's like you're being very possessive of your cereal from this mascot who seems like they're more like born with natural inclination to it. Like, I don't get why the Cocoa Puffs bird can't have Cocoa Puffs, or the Trix rabbit can't have Trix cereal.
What
Since
gives
they're
this 5-year-old a
called that.
right
Yes.
to keep it away from them?
Well,
Yes.
Jeremy, all of the cereal ads are actually a commentary on how once art is created, it no longer belongs to the artist.
Man, that's
It belongs to the kids.
yeah. I will give credit to Captain Crunch, who it seems to just have like a kind of menial relationship with his cereal rather than like an adversarial one.
Same thing with like Toucan Sam. They get to eat the Fruit Loops.
But he
right?
does get
They're like protectors of it.
yeah, he can smell it, which I think it's kind of beneficial for him. Is he can smell the Fruit Loops and he follows his nose wherever it goes.
Part of his natural environment.
And Mr. Benson of Cheerios.
Oh, the bee. I don't think his name's Benson. I'm thinking you think of Jerry Seinfeld from Bee Movie.
Mr. Benson's
sure
just
they're
out here
sure
trying to
the same.
prevent heart attacks.
Yes.
Yeah, but he never eats. He's like, yeah, I don't touch the stuff myself.
Well, it's because he's adding his own honey to the Honey Nut Cheerios. I don't think he wants to eat his own honey. You know what I'm saying?
That so many implications.
Wow, what a sicko. He's like just trying to get everyone to eat his honey.
Yes. I mean, you can't deny that he is. Tony the Tiger's also more of a pusher kind of situation.
Yeah, he wants you to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wants you to have his flakes.
Interesting.
Most dominating
so-
food mascot.
Yes.
So you're saying there are givers and receivers in the cereal realm. They're tops and bottoms.
Tops and bottoms.
Yeah, there's tops and bottoms, and sometimes there's switches, like the Apple Jacks kind of mascot. There's like a competition between the two of them, the apple and the cinnamon. And it's funny to me that the commercials imply that you don't want the apple flavor to win when I think the apple and cinnamon complement each other, but the advertising insists that they shouldn't be put together for some reason.
Damn. They hate to see two kings winning.
Yes.
Like,
Oh, they
damn.
really do.
That's crazy. They'd rather pit two bad bitches against each other.
Where are we at on Honey Bunches of Oats? Because their advertising is pretty strictly like, let me show. This is Jonathan. He's worked at the company for 30 years.
He works in the factory.
Yeah. Look at his hairnet and gloves.
Yeah.
Top or bottom? I guess like compared to capitalism, probably a bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, railed by the machine.
I don't think like Grape Nuts has like a mascot.
Yeah, that's true.
They're crunchy, I think, is what they would be. So yeah, I don't know. It's interesting concept, and as like to remind our listeners that Mr. Kellogg, the original one, invented cornflakes to stop people from masturbating. So that's an important piece of information that I feel like all people need to know.
That has to be in the new Kellogg's movie, right?
Oh, the Pop-Tart movie
The Pop-Tart
with Jerry
movie?
Oh,
Seinfeld.
yeah, sorry.
Rough.
Are you excited for the Pop-Tart movie, Ian?
Is it animated or live action?
I sent you the trailer. It's live action.
You sent me the trailer?
Yeah.
Yeah, Hugh Grant is in like the Tony the Tiger costume.
Oh, that's what that is?
Yes.
I thought it was just some freaky shit.
I thought that was some freaky shit.
But here's the thing, Ian. That's only the second movie Jerry Seinfeld has made. His first was B Movie, and his second is a movie about Pop-Tarts.
I mean, it's
So it's going to be a
great.
viral sensation.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. And the Pop-Tart's gonna fuck the chick this time.
This time. Director's cut. This is what the BBB
Like,
couldn't
Well,
let him
but
do
here's
it.
the thing. Guess who the director has been? It's Jerry Seinfeld.
I thought you were going to say Zack Snyder.
No. But I'm just saying that the director's cut implies that Jerry Seinfeld wants to see the Pop-Tart fuck.
yeah, you know that, like, the toaster is gonna be, like... There's gonna be a toaster Pop-Tart going in the toaster joke.
Well, if you
there
watch
is in
the
the trailer.
the first thing of the trailer is like it's like the rocket launch to go to the moon is the joke. Is that the Pop-Tart is coming out of the toaster like a spacecraft coming out of the launch pad.
I guess I'll have to watch the trailer, but do you remember the Pop-Tart ads where it's, like, animated?
And they eat each
Oh,
other?
yes.
Yeah.
No, that's the Cinnamon Toast Crunch ads.
No.
No, the Pop-Tarts
Pop-Tarts
ate each
do.
other.
Okay.
They were freaks.
Those ones were freaks. Okay, those ones in the cereal Kellogg's mascot category, those ones are like, they're just like you and me. Like, they could be anyone. You know what I mean?
That's where that whole college football championship, like live action.
Oh,
Pop-Tart,
yes,
like,
yes.
And then
Right.
they eat him afterwards. Like,
Yes.
they're continuing the freakiness.
Yeah.
Yes.
I put them in the same category as the honeycomb guy.
Oh,
Oh,
yes,
the
yes.
little- Gremlin.
Wild
BDSM
card. Yep.
Wild shit.
All,
Yeah.
like, it takes everything. Like, you know,
Hot wax.
everything's
back.
on the table.
Yeah. No safe word.
I find it strange that Cinnamon Toast Crunch went from like a baker trying to sell you Cinnamon Toast Crunch kind of situation to that the cereal wants to eat itself because it's so delicious, which is a strange, I think, evolution of marketing your breakfast material.
Nobody knows what a baker is anymore.
They just
they
receive
do
their
know what-
goods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So, did this have something to do with your recipe? I'm just
well, I
curious.
brought this up because I read this for the Cookie Crisp thing.
Yeah.
And I was going to say, Evan, why don't you share your recipe so you can give me and Ian a little more time to formulate perhaps a follow-up, a backup.
I'm not
Backing down. Oh.
I came to fucking win this week.
You're not here to make friends.
Yeah. Fuck you guys. This is the season I come for blood.
Okay.
All right.
Let's hear it.
Ian, what's your idea?
Notice I'm wearing, got a Carhartt jacket on, and I've got a leather baseball cap because this season I'm trying to spend more time in the workshop. I'm trying to plan the space. I'm trying to build some shit for you guys.
Okay.
I'm not here to just make like a one-off little word joke. Though surely I will do that because I'm fucking busy. I had a lot of time in the car on the way back from the thrift store today.
Okay.
Consider this. All right, advertisement. Give me a genre from like an English genre of music.
Let's say
Popular.
British invasion.
Okay. All right.
Okay, all right.
Cookies are not a monolith. Lots of different kinds of cookies. But not a monolith. Turkey crisp.
So you're saying there's more than one kind of cookie that is not just chocolate chip.
You're so fucking right.
Whoa.
I'm sick of the cookie crisp. It should be called chocolate chip cookie crisp.
Okay.
You're saying it's not all inclusive for all cookies.
That's what I'm trying to fucking say.
Okay.
Rookie crisp.
On the other hand,
You can get it. All right, consider this. sugar cookies.
Uh-huh.
People love them.
Sure.
Yeah.
Shrink that shit down, make them green and orange.
Oh.
You've got a statement about Irish politics, and you also have the colors of Grookey.
What's the statement about Irish politics that you're making with your cereal?
It's one island. Love each other.
So and these are like the Safeway cookie that's like shrunk down, right?
Yes,
The
exactly.
chalky frosting.
Ian, I hope these cookies solve all like international political disputes just by making them multiple colors.
Yeah, it will. But putting that aside, so I don't get offensive. First episode of season 8. Maybe we have like snickerdoodle ones. You know, maybe like because like Ben alluded to like a nutmeg.
like that.
You know, the Grookey is definitely like spice coated, I think.
Oh yeah.
So maybe like a little tiny snickerdoodle.
Yeah,
So
and the snickerdoodle ones represent German reunification. I get it. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
no.
all coming together.
tear down that wall.
God damn it.
Counselor Grookey, tear down that wall.
Stop. God damn it.
Oy vey. Lots of. If you can think of a cookie that doesn't involve just chocolate fucking chips, shrink it down, stick it in the box. Grookey's on the cover playing his like drum set with the Grookey Beatles or whatever.
Ooh.
The Greedles.
The Greedles.
Why not just call it the Grookies, like the monkeys? That's easy.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Because I think the Greedles is funnier. Anyway, continue.
I want to see the Grookies with like a bowl cut and wearing little suits.
Oh yeah.
Can someone make all the starters from this generation like wear the Sergeant Pepper uniforms? I think that would be good.
They have like the Abbey Road walk, but it's like
Yes.
human evolution from monkey to human,
From Grookey to that's
or
good.
or all three evolutions of that. Ah, Siri.
What the hell? The robots are listening.
They are.
Is your Siri activate for human evolution, Evan?
It knows.
So that's my Grookey crisp.
Okay.
That's the world I'm trying to live in.
So it's like variety pack of different cookie kinds.
Yeah, absolutely. Like it's gonna have a range of flavors. Every box is gonna look a little bit different, but it's always Grookey like in a fun costume for like a different band or a different national political movement.
Okay.
Social commentary.
IRA costume.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Nice. This is kind of like, I don't know if you guys had. Oh, go ahead, Ian.
Sorry. Every box has a different Grookey band, but it's always tied to a different political, like national crisis, and it says Grookey Crisp, getting the band back together.
Fuck.
All the world's problems would be solved if they just ate fucking Grookey Crisp.
Yeah.
Getting the armed resistance band back together.
Get out of here, Groko Ono.
Really strange marketing, I have to say. It's really towing a lot of funny lines, but it's not quite landing.
Well, look, if someone gets the starters dressed as the Sgt. Peppers and then Groko Ono exists, I'd be pretty on board with that as a joke. That's funny.
Grimagine.
Oh no!
Revolver.
Jesus Christ.
This is kind of, I'm bringing it back to cereal. This is kind of if you're having the variety pack, it's like, remember, I don't know if you guys had this as a kid, but the mini cereal boxes that would come in like a 6-pack, the variety.
Ooh.
So you like sell it like that, but it's all different cookies.
I kind of love that because I feel like when you put it all together and mix it all together in the milk, I feel like having the variety of different cookies might get lost like with each other. So I like that idea of having small.
Whoa. Are you implying that you would buy all these boxes individually and then pour them all into a bowl?
No, I would have little tiny single serve, like how Evan suggested, the tiny boxes of
Perfect for
cereal
one bowl
per
of cereal.
flavor. So if I'm ready for the Snickerdoodle experience, I'm like, let's go.
Like you don't
if
want-
I'm ready for the peanut butter cookie experience, Cookie Crisp, I'm ready. But I'm not like putting all of it together, I guess.
Yeah, you're
which
not
I
you're
think
not
would be
going
a lot of
all
mayhem.
out on a full box. Like you can't commit to a full box of peanut butter chocolate chip if you're not ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
That's me personally.
well, so Ian, are you saying that yours is the variety pack Grookey Crisp, and Ben is the fat Grookey Crisp? Is the difference between the two of you?
Yeah, mine had a creative song and a outfit.
Creative.
And I just who's line match. Give me a genre match. And cookies are not a monolith. Put that on the next fucking I Choose You T-shirt. Okay, I'm generating fucking revenue for this.
Generating
show.
revenue.
Ian, I do agree that I am the Drew Carey of the group.
Oh, that's all I could talk about.
The
last few
Gru
nights.
carry of the group.
It fucking writes itself. Oh man, Evan, what's your recipe this week?
I mean, I guess it's kind of fitting that I might be the other half or other fourth of this complete breakfast, because I was making a Grookey smoothie.
Ooh.
Groovy.
Yeah, so a groovy Grookey smoothie.
Nice.
And so this is like a very health nut kind of smoothie where it's going to be green, of course, because you got to get all your veggies in, right? So you pluck the little leaves on top of the head. That's kind of maybe like your spinach replacement or something like that. You add in some tropius banana for sure, some pineapple berries for a little bit of tanginess, right? And here's where things get a little weird, is because for whatever reason, when I look at Grookey, I can't get the image of like a coconut out of my head. He's got like the ears kind of I just thought of coconut all the way through. So we're kind of Indiana Jonesing it a little bit and gonna crack the head open, but it's just coconut water inside.
Is it coconut meat?
Sure, yeah. If you want to scrape some of that out and just like put that, flake it into your smoothie, why not?
Do you think eating a Grookey brain or whatever will give you it's like brain blasting yourself?
Yeah, I mean, this is how breakfast is the most important meal of the day, Jeremy. You got to brain blast. You got to brain blast every morning.
You guys want to eat that candy so bad.
Yeah,
The one in Jimmy Neutron?
Yeah, that candy looked. It was a little sour.
the most.
Well, like all things in Jeremy Neutron, it looks like shit because it was terrible early 2000s CG animation. It is weird that they had like a candy store that they went to, and it was like, we're going to the candy shoppy to like buy candies kind of situation. Anyway, continue,
But that's
Evan.
unrelated to the smoothie, the groovy
Sure.
Grookey smoothie.
But anyway, essentially just like it's a mostly coconut water based. I think you could add a little bit of orange juice to kind of with the pineapple berry, just kind of bring out a little tang. Because like I don't know, I feel like with a lot of green smoothies, you kind of you look at it and you're like, and then sometimes it's a little, there's just something. It needs a little something. So I think the zing kind of like gets you through it, and you're like, okay, I'm being healthy, I'm being good.
Yes.
And then I'm gonna chow down on my Grookey crisp later.
There you go.
Yeah.
I think that Grookey translates to a green smoothie really well, actually. I think that like the color scheme is spot on.
Is there any wheatgrass in there, Evan?
No wheatgrass. I'm not a big wheatgrass guy, but I think the spinach leaves on top of his head, that'll suffice. And if you don't happen to have a blender, you can like steal his stick and like just mash it until you've got a smoothie.
A mortar and pestle with his stick.
Basically.
Or
Yeah.
is the stick like the thing you stick through the top of the blender to like?
Push all
just
the
like-
stuff into it? Yes. There you go.
Do you think his fur is wheatgrass?
Ooh.
It's just growing like that.
Yeah.
Could be.
If
Gotta
the
like
Grookey,
shear it off.
Yeah, if the Grookey fur is a plant, could I just like nibble on it? Just like a little bite, from the Grookey?
Nothing is stopping you, Jeremy. Just take a bite.
God, I wish Pokemon were real sometimes. I could finally test these
show would-
hypotheses.
We could actually make money off the show if they were real.
Come on.
Committing so many animal crimes.
Look, I eat animals anyway. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm not a vegetarian. I do eat animal product, and I do feel bad about it, but it's very delicious. So, pros and cons there. It's hard to judge. Well, I'm going to deliver my recipe, which I came up last second, because I also came up with Grookey Crisp, because I was like, that's funny, and I'm sure no one else will think of this, I said to myself, as I...
Not fast enough. You made the choice to give it to me. This is your fault.
Well, that's true. I usually never say I'm going first because I feel like that's rude because I'm the host and I talk a lot kind of situation. So I like giving other people the floor to speak. So last second, also a breakfast item, but I think we're gonna go a little healthier this week, kind of with what Evan was talking about. We're gonna make some granola. So that's Grookey granola kind of situation. And Ben, you're laughing, but I thought of this in like 20 minutes while also hosting the show. So
No, I'm here with you. I'm listening. I just like granola. Like I would like people to start referring it to that way.
well, some people call it granula. Would you prefer granula or granola?
They don't.
I want granola. That's better.
Okay.
That makes sense to me.
Granola served with a side of banana.
Exactly. Despicable Me jokes. Let's go.
Yeah.
Isn't the minion called Gru?
That's
No.
the man.
evil
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
Steve Carell is Gru.
That's why
the minion
it
is
fucking
named
works.
Bob and Steve. Okay.
Okay.
Steve Nola.
Yes, Steve Nolan. But anyway, we're making some granola with some Grookey. And I think as Evan intimated, I think we could get a bunch of different types of flavor from the Grookey. Perhaps like we'll chip it off and it'll kind of be. Maybe we can like grow a flower in the Grookey and it'll give us like sunflower seeds or something. You know what I'm talking about? Kind of situation.
It's the soil by
you're
which.
Yes.
Yeah. You're talking about like chopping its head off and growing a plant inside, or are you talking about like using it as mulch to grow? How do you grow a sunflower from this Pokemon?
It's not a sun current. I'll give you that credit. I was thinking more like, see, yours works better because of the smoothie situation. Let's just say maybe we get the Grookey, we take its plant matter that grows off of it kind of situation, and we're going to incorporate it into my granola, which includes rolled oats, chopped walnuts, coconut. Hey, there you go. You said coconut. Its head is a coconut. So there you go. Cinnamon, salt, maple syrup, almond butter, and dried cranberries. We're going to mix that all together. We're going to dry it out. Once it's nice and, nice put together, got little chunks. I love a good chunk of granola. We're going to get some yogurt, as the British like to say, and we are in England now. We're going to get some yogurt, and we're going to, put our granola in it. So granola and yogurt, and we're going to slap that up, and that's going to be a delicious and healthy breakfast. Granola and yogurt. That's my recipe.
Wow. Real breakfast crew over here, guys.
Love it.
I mean,
Ooh,
part of the
breakfast
problem is
club.
three of us thought of the exact same thing. So, all right,
Great minds think alike.
let's review our recipes. From Ben, we have Grookey Grisp. From Ian, we have Grookey Crisp. From Evan, we have Grookey Smoothie. From me, we have granola and yogurt. Please, everyone, vote for who has the best recipe this week, and Ben will tell us who the winner mon is.
Yeah, I'm still okay. So we are making a difference between mine and Ian's.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Ian, yours is Grookey Grisp. Ian's is Grookey Crisp.
Big difference. Okay, I have the results. Evan has won with
Heyo.
with a unanimous vote, tens across the board, and Ian got Evan's vote.
Nice. I think we all just decided, like, we all came up with the same thing. We have to go to Evan, who didn't come up with the same thing.
Yep.
I got your sympathy vote.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on to everyone's favorite section of the show. It's called Whale Lord's Mail Horde. It's where we read your email sent into iChoosePod@gmail.com. That's ICHEWSPOD@gmail.com. And Evan, I hear we have an email from Mike.
We do, and it's written in Oh, I thought it was written in like British English, but I don't know if I'm going to do the accent. So, hello, boys. We finally made it to jolly old Galar. Fish and chips for everyone.
I do
I've
love
missed
fish
you
and
so
chips.
much, Evan. We are so back. And to the rest of you boys, tips bowler derby hat. I appreciate I appreciate that you decided to start with the number one, my starter, sweetie baby Grookey. My first thought is a classic beverage. I took this recipe from renowned innovators, the Beastie Boys, and I quote,
Oh yeah.
"Grass monkey, that funky monkey. Grass monkey, junkie, that funky monkey. Tilt your head back and finish the cup." So, but Grookey doesn't really strike me as the malt, liquor, and orange juice type. So I guess we're back to square one. But beverage on my mind, I see that monkey and a little stick in his hair, a cinnamon stick perhaps, and our grassy little guy could possibly be tea leaves, specifically chai leaves. So let's make an oat milk Groo chai latte.
Okay.
So start boiling some water, add in cloves, star anise, cardamom, nutmeg, orange peel, and our Grookey hair cinnamon stick. We're going to pluck the finest leafy bits off this grass monkey and boil that all together. Separately, boil our go-goat milk, which is made from oats grown by a go-goat as opposed to milking the go-goat directly. Sidebar, I don't actually know when the milk gets added to the mix, but I had to use that pun. Let's steep a while, froth some milk for the top. Bob's your uncle, an oat milk Groo chai latte. Since we're basically in pokey England, have any of you boys spent time across the pond?
Yes.
Yeah, a little bit.
Me and Jeremy
Yes.
have together.
Yes, I've been to I've been to Britain twice in my life. I went once with Ben when we did a band trip in high school to jolly old England. And then I went a different time, the same year though, to England, and then to Scotland for a theater trip. So I've been there twice, both in the same year, both in 2012, which was probably, not to be rude to England and the Brits, but was the height of their recent history because that was both the Diamond Jubilee for Queen Elizabeth and when they hosted the London Olympics. So everyone was in a really good mood that year when we visited. Kind of situation, and I had a great time. It was wonderful. It was super good. I'd love to go back, but there's lots of other places I'd like to go too. So, thumbs up.
Let's see. Mike said I got to spend about a week in London back in 2018. What a city! A highlight for me was Jack the Ripper tour. Welcome to season 8. Cheerio, Mike.
Ben, do you remember that we went to an ice cream store that served a flavor that was called breast milk?
I do remember this. Yeah.
Did you get it?
No.
I don't think we did.
No
We
one
were
even
15.
sampled it.
Yeah, a bunch of
Ooh, mommy milk.
Mommy milker flavor. Wow.
Some umami flavor.
yes.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
I believe this ice cream store was like punk rock themed, so it was trying to be edgy on purpose kind of situation. And there you go. There's a very specific memory from this trip we had.
And food related.
Yes, and food related. We also got like kind of like a rice Caribbean like rice dish at like a
Oh yeah.
shopping center, and it was very good.
I remember that.
It was great.
Yeah, it was like one of those trips where it was like super. Since we were performing and like it was only one leg of this like 14 country trip. Like we only spent like 3 days in London, and most of it was spent doing like performances and stuff. So there was very few opportunities for us to just like go out and fuck around. But yeah, that food at that one place where we ran into that crazy ice cream shop was pretty good. So that's a very interesting but non-specific story about our time in London from 2012.
God blimey. Ben, we got to do another European tour kind of situation. Like we all got to do European vacation.
Good news for us and the listeners. I choose you going on tour to Europe.
We show up at like a random pub and are like, "Hey, everybody, it's
start
us.
recording.
I choose you."
Yeah.
Or do we book the entire tour and then don't show up and they just watch our face on the Squadcast?
Maybe. We got to do it. I mean, for the listeners at home, we have a trip planned where all four of us will be together. And I believe this will be the first trip all four of us will be taking since we've been in high school, where all four of us go someplace other than like where our family lives kind of situation. So
I think that's true. Yeah.
I'm excited for this. And I hope
And we're gonna die. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna die. I think we're gonna have a fun time and bring us all together. Ben, I've heard you have a message from our Instagram. Is that true?
I have an Instagram comment from Tom who writes, Grookey's little drumstick always makes me think of a nice cinnamon stick, which we've heard before. So if I was cooking one, I'd make some kind of rich stew out of its meat with lots of warm spices in it. And I thought that sounded delicious. Like, very warm and seasonal.
I'm in.
And savory, which we haven't done this episode yet.
That's true, yeah. All right. Well, thanks so much for sending in your recipes. We all really appreciate it. Now is the time of the show I like to call Pick 'em On, where we pick next week's Pokemon for cooking. Evan, can you give me a number between 810 and 905?
All right. Next week will be 857.
857. What do we got? Next week, we got Hatena, the hat Pokemon.
The hat.
All right.
Right.
I will eat my hat.
We're going to eat our hats next week.
Yes, we're literally going to eat a hat next week. Please join us for Hatena, the hat Pokemon. It's going to be fun. You know what? I'm glad we're recording again. It's been a few weeks, and it's great to be back with all y'all. So it's so good. And now, let's talk about plugs. Where can we find you on the internet, Ben?
You can find me on the internet at Ben C. Montoya on Twitter and Instagram, and you can find me on Tumblr at thefearandnow.tumblr.com.
Ian.
Follow me at Musician Davis on Instagram. I play bass and put up covers sometimes. Got one up pretty recently, so now's the time to follow me to catch that new content at Musician Davis on Instagram.
Hell yeah.
All right, Evan.
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at _Van Aubrey or posts at _Van.
And you can follow me on Twitter at VelocityPrime1. Same on Blue Sky. You can also follow me on Tumblr at VelocityPrime01. And you can check out my writing for the-avocado.org, Jeremy Zielik. That's the-avocado.org, Jeremy Zielik. Check it out. And that's been the show this week. Thanks for joining us for a new season. We're so excited to be here. I'm back in the pocket. I'm so pumped. And I'm so happy that we're all back together again. So this has been I Choose You, podcast about cooking and eating Pokemon. Find us on your favorite podcasting apps, including Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, or your podcast catcher of choice. If you want more I Choose You goodness, check out our social media pages, I Choose Pod on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Threads, Tumblr, and Blue Sky. If you want to be a part of the I Choose You community, join the I Choose You Discord. Links are available in the episode description. Submit recipes, talk with fellow fans, participate in community events. It's a lot of fun. Head on over to the I Choose You Discord. Lastly, but not leastly, check out our official website, ichooseyou.menu. ichooseyou.menu has a full episode archive and merch store, including the wonderful Pokey Burger t-shirt. Ben, you got to show that off? It's great, and you can purchase it on ichooseyou.menu. That's going to wrap up the show. I've been your host and Alton Brown of the group, Jeremy Zielik.
I've been your friend on this 8th season, Ben Montoya.
I've been your William H. Danforth on the show, Ian Davis.
Is that the wolf's real name?
No, that is the founder of the Purina dog food company, which was the original owner of Cookie Crisp.
I forgot to mention.
Talk about this.
I forgot to mention that during my whole cereal mascot diatribe.
Were they making it for dogs and then decided it was better for humans? What?
Well, I don't think dogs can eat chocolate, so I think this was kind of like a separate thing.
And I'm Evan Aubrey.
And to all the choosies out there in Radioland, in a while, Totodile.
I wanna be the greatest chef, like no one ever was. To cook them is my real test, to taste them is my cause. I will travel across the land, searching far and wide. Each Pokemon to understand the flavor that's inside. I choose you, gotta cook 'em
It's
all.
you and me.
Better than Jeremy, I choose you. Oh, we're your best friends. In this world we must digest. I choose you, gotta cook 'em all. Our appetite will pull us through. You roast me and I'll roast you. I choose you, gotta cook 'em all. Gotta cook 'em all. I choose you,